Well, I have absolutely no idea how this trim is on here. Hey guys, welcome back. Chuck House of Mopar. If you're new to the channel, I'm trying to work on this 65 Coronet 500 console auto black interior, original yellow car anyway. Done the trunk pans, the floors are bad, a couple spots, so before I do any of that, I'm going to take the glass out. The glass. To start, so yeah, my seals are bad. The back certainly leaks. This trim's got to come off. Well, I'm sure you start here, and there's like 3 screws in there. They're gone, and this has got 2 or 3 as well. And you got to get all the chrome off. Now I have a 56 Savoy, and I know that it tucks into a groove in the rubber. Trouble is, I've never done this. I bought this tool, which I don't think is going to do the trick on this. There's clips. I don't know. We'll see. It's going to be a learning process. I think it's going to take some of these. And yeah, I got to get them wipers off too, which is always fun. I bought this thing years ago, and all I really accomplished was bending it. My buddy, who doesn't really work on cars, said he got his off. Of course, that ain't going to do anything there. So yeah, I don't know. You gotta figure it out, because they gotta come off too. I got a phone call in with a guy now. Actually, I didn't call him yet because it's he's in Phoenix, and it's 8:30 St. Louis time. So yeah, he's actually one of the part suppliers. I bought some stuff from him, Mike. ABE Moparts, I think he calls himself. I'll throw up a link, because yeah, he's been real helpful. He's got 3 of these 65 cars. So he ought to be able to tell me what the hell. Okay. All right, be back in a minute. Well, certainly was using this the wrong way. Should be able to lift this up, and there's of course a clip in here, you know, that releases, but really this one doesn't. And I know that because I already took the other one off. Well, what's that got to do with the windshield? Not much. Came off with relatively without a fight, honestly. Had to get the whammer out. Little torque thing. There's a bunch of screws in there. So, yeah. You're right. Doesn't have anything to do with the windshield. I can't go in here because the radio's on. I'm not sure where I'm going to go, fellas. I got plans, and it involves taking this off and the windshield and other stuff. Okay. What you doing, Chuck? Funny you should ask, Grasshopper. These hold the rocker trim on. It's upside down. It's actually right side up. So you see there's a locating tab and a hole. Just like right here, where there's a locating tab broken off and a hole. This side's got 8 of these, you guys. The other side had 4. So you could say, well, maybe Chrysler just meant it that way. Well, I think we all know that's not the case, because there's a lot of situations stuff isn't done the way it's supposed to. So I have measured all these with my seamstress tape, and okay, I went from the front of the rocker here, a fender, across. This is a hole, this is a screw that wasn't there, and guess what, they're every 17, 27, 37, 47, 57, 67 inches, and then there's 2 in the back that so I've written them all down, and I'm going to go ahead and Measure from the pinch weld up. That's a little bit imprecise, but especially, yeah, I think I can knock this out. And check it. Maybe it wouldn't be the worst idea just to put this on as a straight line. They got to be pretty close, so I don't know. We'll see. Maybe put a string and go from there. And remember how I said this car's pretty solid? She's got some whammos, but look, there's yellow paint still in there. Yellow paint up in there. I don't find any too big of hidden surprises in the old girl. Yeah, go from there. All right, driver's side. Remember I said I'm missing 4 screw holes back there. These are the only 2 in here, and they're whammed in. All right, so we got 4. Should be 4. Why on earth would the guys at Chrysler, other than maybe taking a lunch break, not do that? Did Chrysler ever use sheet metal screws? Not that I'm aware of. I mean, to hold the body on. She's had some work done. Not much like my favorite Pammy Anderson. She's had some work done. Yeah. I looked. There's no visible welds in the trunk gutter. Let's see. I kind of ground here. Can you guys see? I'm not going to get up just yet. I think that's just, who knows? Certainly paint. But yeah, I looked inside the door. She's getting a little rusty down there. Surface rust have to be treated, but yeah. Well, that explains that. Yep, that kind of sucks, but whatever. Whatever. We'll fix her. Yeah. All right, I think I'm beginning to have something I can live with. I've been using a lot of tools. I tried stretching a chalk line, pink line here, but I just couldn't keep it tight. I remounted the trim, okay? Remounted this trim, all the screws, everything. And I drew a line at the top of the trim, okay? And then, what I do next? My measurements from here, there's some pieces missing on this side that were there. There's some crinkled stuff here that wasn't crinkled over there. So, what I did was I had 4 holes. All of these holes, remember, they were nice and 26, 36, 46. They're a ½ inch off on this side. We don't care about this so much. We care about this, right? So I went ahead and laid my line up here across these. And actually this hole, well, that's how much this one was off. That one was dead on, balls accurate. And then I just, you know, made a line. And then I measured from here to the bottom of the line all along here, and they're all the same. Of course, it tapers up down there, but whatever, it tapers up on the ends, you know, but whatever. So I'm reasonably confident. I've already punched some holes. I'm going to do those, and then I'm going to go back and do the locating tab, I guess, after I get my hole in there, kind of stick it in and see where she wants to be and do that. All right. Well, here we are with the clips back on. We'll see, won't we? That I did do the mounting holes for the tabs. I think those are just pretty much for the factory guys, so they can line up and screw it in, line up and screw it in, line. And this, they're not like this. So anyway, let me get this on here and see what the hell, right? Okay. All right, I think we are happy. This will, that's tight enough. You know what? I don't have, whatever. Okay, this is ways off. And if they replace this, they didn't do a half bad job other than not putting the pieces in. But yeah, she's snugged in, guys. That certainly could go in an RCHer right there, sorry. That way. Of course, you got trim that goes on here. But yeah, brilliant. Yep. Now I can take this back off again and stow it. Anyway, I'm about to make a phone call to a guy. He's a local guy. Okay, because I got to, this is coming off, right? Like I said, maybe I said this one's clearly been tweaked a little bit livable. And he knows what to do, I guess. So I do know that I got to pull out this crap, the weather strip. There's some screws in there, and go from there. And then there's clips that hold it on from underneath, evidently. And I don't know about down here. I promise you there's a clip there, however the hell that goes, and maybe it just slides in. That would be my guess. So yeah, his name's Tony, Howard, whatever the flavor of the day is. I'm gonna give him a call, and hopefully tomorrow he might come over. Anyway, all right, score. All right, good news. Tony's coming tomorrow. Help me figure this out. Good news, bad news. This trim is literally crimped over. That so sucks. You would think maybe you could pull this forward, but I mean, there's a lip, right? And I don't know, it may not come off. I don't want to screw it up. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. So anyway, I don't know what we're gonna do tomorrow. Certainly get the chrome off. You can see there's a beat. You see that line right there? Okay, so basically this just sits in and you fold it in on itself. And yeah. So anyway, I've been pulling screws, getting trim out, left my light up there. Right here, there's 4 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, there's 5, 6. I have 4. Anyway, so at least I know what I need, because they're missing from over there. Actually, I didn't look all the way down, but I bet they're gone too. The weather strip, it's welting. There it is. Welting. You don't know what that is. It's this kind of stuff, okay? Really old school, cool, I guess. So, got the windows down. They probably haven't been down in 25 years. They didn't want to come, but right now it smells like lubricant, what? PB blaster. These guys, thankfully, yeah, they gooped it up before they put this in. I did the one in the satellite, and I did not goop it in. So this sort of sucks, because that's got to come out. Maybe I'll do that yet today. What else? So I'm on 2 Facebook deals, 62, 65, I think it is 63, 65 B bodies, and then early B bodies, same years. These guys have been a help, let me tell you, because Tony found out, he saw my post. He's like, well, I can come down Saturday. I'm like, cool. The other guy, there was other helpful posts. I found my trim back there, right? I found that on there, and something's missing here from my hood badges. So I just threw that up half an hour ago, needing a D. Some guys like, I got several good ones. PM me. I'm like, cool. Just picking up stuff that fell out. These are door card clips. I'll keep those. When you tear something apart like this and come back in the year, you gotta label this crap, okay? These are, that weather strip actually has 2 screws that go up here in case you care. And then it just basically presses in and hangs, dangles out the back. Anyway, that's that. I was gonna show you tearing one out, but I mean, I forgot. And then so, no big deal. You're just tearing out trim or molding. But so tomorrow, I guess we'll get old Tony over here and go from there. Yay. Okay. See you.
The next day.
Okay, next day. Wait. Thank God. I was panicked, boys. I was panicked. I was gonna wear my old sturdy ass Summit hat, which this is actually clean usually. Okay. You don't know. Couldn't find my hat. Get panicked. Anyway, Tony will be here shortly. We're gonna chit chat. We talked on the phone before. He's about 45 minutes away, and he knows these cars. He's got an interesting car or two himself. We'll see how much he wants to talk. All is right again. Okay.
Right.
All right, guys, this is Tony. Say hi, Tony. Tony's got, Tony cloned a 65 Belvedere race car of a guy that we raced back home. I'll throw a picture up of it here, but you've also got his original 63 Plymouth too, right?
Correct.
Max wedge car?
Yes.
Cool. Now, did those have, they had the cross ram on them, those cars? Yeah. You're putting that together.
Yes.
And it looks a little better than this car now.
It does at the moment because mine's all clean and fresh primer.
Yeah. Yeah. So that'll be another year or two before that's done?
However long it takes.
Yeah, right. Got a donor car for it. So, all right. Well, we're going to examine this thing. So I might as well just walk over here. So what were you thinking? You said this is different than the Plymouth.
Different than the sedans.
Sedans, okay.
Yeah, sedan has, this is like a steel lip that sticks out, and it's a little tiny drip rail that's crimped on.
Yeah. You thought this might come off pretty...
Yeah, it comes off pretty easy now that you've got the screws out.
Right. This thing's got so much chrome. Gets polished eventually. All right, well, I'll set this up and maybe this will be a little tutorial for the guys because, you know, there's no information about this crap that I saw on YouTube, so...
Right, and what you were asking about originally, this
What's
part
that?
up here, this is your first piece that comes off.
Right.
This is screwed on here.
Yep.
It comes off next, and then you get to the bottom one, and this is just on snap-on clips all the way around.
Okay.
Same with this piece. It's just
Sure.
snap-on clips that hold it on there. Once you get this out of the way, those pop out pretty easy.
Do you want to start with...
Yeah, we got to start with that corner.
Start here. That one's tweaked, but whatever. So, okay, I'll get some light here so we can see, everybody can see, and then we'll start taking that off. Bend and trim. Decided to start with the side that's screwed up first. There's that. We think there's dope under there.
That's what I'm thinking, because it's awful tight. Normally they just, I mean, like mine, I've had them off a dozen times, so you just lift them right off. But
They might have doped it on.
see, it's just caught with all the junk that's in there, I guess.
This one came right off here.
Yeah, once you get that off, then that one, because that screws are all that really holds it. It just laps around it.
What's so hard about that, Chuck?
Better than...
Let me show the boys. She's tweaked. Not terrible. I've screwed up stuff way worse than this. Would this be any good?
Yep. Yeah, just what you got to do. You know how this got the clips in there.
I do, but I'm not real familiar. So you got to get in and let me get a light on here. That hood's probably going to be in the way too. Yeah, no, I've never done this. You see where a clip is.
Try to
Lift it
once you get where you can get it started.
Yeah.
They'll pretty well just pop out. You just gotta get the first ones going.
I see the clip.
Yeah, get right to the clip, and then it'll just pop up out of the clip. Take your handle and just like pop it. Once you just get that on that little lip. There. See, got one loose.
All right.
There. Now you might be able to see it better. See how you got this piece up here? You're just taking your tool and just pushing that down enough that it'll snap out of that
lip. I'll tell you what, we'll take this off and then we'll do a close-up of it.
Yeah. Taking a lift up on that side there.
Okay.
Just like I was, just kind of wiggle it there. You'll feel it. Yeah, just take and wiggle it back and forth and pull up at the same time, and just don't
bend it.
Yeah, just don't bend it permanently. It's flexing. That's how you get it to pop loose there. Okay, now wiggle it.
scary.
Oh. Wiggle it again.
Alright. Now we gotta get that corner or not, I guess it'll come out.
Yeah, because you just slide it out of that one.
There it is, America.
And then you just do the same thing with the bottom.
Alright.
I know I had them off.
You think there's a clip behind
I bet
there?
it's a clip just like the...
I'm thinking too. But do we dare try to get this off first?
See, I think it's going to be the same once you get this part loose. It's going to pry just like we did the rest of
The
it.
question is, what kind of clip do you think we have under there?
I bet it's got the same, like a windshield clip. Let me see
so.
your... whatever it is right there.
Sure enough, there's a screw behind the C-pillar. 7/16.
Turn loose.
It's probably because of that bend there. There it is.
Yeah, that's just got the slide-in connector. We got to figure out what is keeping
See.
this one.
We pull it from the bottom.
Yeah, the bottom's got to come loose, but you're fighting against yourself on the top. Is what spot in that. Might have to try it from that end. Get that
Okay.
end started. Let it snap together in the middle.
There's two clips in here. We don't know how to release them, so we're gonna quit for the moment. Tony's over here started working on the back window, and I'm gonna go in here and loosen up this bolt, 7/16 nut. Take that off anyway. All right,
These are always a pain to
get started.
Yeah, you got to figure out where it's actually at and how it's. Because we're going to end up having to get it started in the corner, but you got to get it, almost got to get it apart to start with, because the corners are always got goop in them. You can see how that trim kind of mangled the corner of this one. See there how it's starting to
Unzip. Well, they didn't leak till they did, you know what I'm saying?
Well, this part would have never leaked.
No.
It's rubber
Yeah,
all the way through.
down
That part
there.
can't leak. It's going to leak through between the windshield and the rubber, not this part. You know, you'd think they'd take a pretty sophisticated mold to make that rubber where it's going to
Yeah,
always line up. And
it's one piece too.
yeah,
There we go.
it always makes me nervous in them corners. You don't catch the edge of the glass under there.
This is for somebody that might be wondering how the fuck to do this. Took the putty knife. We ended up just cutting the outside layer after we unstitched it. And then I went around all the inside to break this loose. So I think we're either going to break it windshield or not. That's my prediction. All right, so you want me to push?
Yeah, I just started one corner or the other. Yeah, you're completely through there.
Am I? Okay. Sure.
Yeah, just push. Try to use your open hands if you can. I'm just trying to keep it from flying out. It's moving.
Oh, goddamn, I didn't get the top of this corner right. There it comes.
There we go. Now where are we going with it when we come out?
I think we'll just take it out in the grass. Live action, boys. Ready? Scratching the paint. Alright, we'll be back. So, do you think this thing was stuck in worse than some of them you've seen?
Oh yeah, it had more sealer on it.
Yeah. These guys. This battery's about dead too. Huh. There's a car. How's it look? Like a 58-year-old car a little bit.
Like a Texas car though. It's
Yeah.
kind of rusty and you can
Not
still
too
see
bad.
the clips and the screws. And
Yeah, right? Yeah, so I'll tell you guys right now, there is a screw that goes through there. They got a square nut on there, and it's spinning in the deal. So I'm gonna have to work on that. This we don't know about. There's 2 clips, and I'm gonna have to phone a friend. Tony just showed me a good picture. He went and saw Hank Williams last night. But listen, man, thank you so much. And like I just said, maybe we'll come back in a year and we'll put this glass back in on this car. So, all right.
thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Yeah, that was a giant help. Thanks, Tony, so much. I'm not kidding. And sometimes it's just nice to, yeah, it's nice to have a hand. So here's the deal. That's this C-pillar trim on the other side. And it's supposed to have just a pal nut, cap nut, whatever the hell you call it. That one's not pretty. And that's what we got. Somebody put a square nut on there and it turns. And I think it's just turning inside there, which really, really sucks. So I'm gonna have to try to get in there, and it's gonna eventually have to get cut off, and something's gonna have to get done here. We were looking for the VIN number back. Oh yeah, we found it. It's under here. Where is it? There, there's the VIN. There's not one up on the rad support. There's supposed to be one on the, Jesus. There's not supposed to be one on the radiator support too. And it's not there. Back here, right? And it just isn't, don't think it's there. Could be under here, doubt it. Anyway, I'd like to say I'm gonna quit, and I'll get that stuff when you're done, but I gotta, this is kind of, somebody else is gonna wanna do this, so I gotta get that off, and there's 2 clips underneath here, and they come off somehow. We've bent them a little. They're gonna have to get fixed, but we just can't get them loose. And then this one got just bent up a little bit. That's the only casualty so far that we can deal with. All right, I'm gonna take a break from this for about 2 days. And Mom's coming down to see my new grandson, her great grandson. And I'll get back to this and get that back glass out too. Okay.
Several days later.
Got it. Got it. I ended up driving it back. See, there's a clip here and a clip here. I'll show you those in a minute. And they just weren't coming off. I talked to a guy, Clay Kasuth, who it was. He's got one of these. He says he ends up epoxying these back on. And here's what we had. So this was the other side. Remember, those buttholes put a square nut on there. It wasn't coming loose. So this is the stud. I think this can probably be fixed. Okay, good enough. It's just out a little bit. Here's these clips. This is the driver's side here. They're still in there. Okay, these little bastards. I might have to bleep that out. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. They are, I don't know how you release these. I don't think you do. Did I bend the trim? I don't know, Chuck, did you? Where is it? Okay, I'm an idiot. Did I bend the trim? Okay. I think, well, this end got tweaked a little. We're not, that ain't making us scared. But I think, yeah, the epoxy will be the answer. He's out a little here. It's gonna have to get fudged a bit. Fudged in. Yeah, it's just out, it is out a little, I ain't gonna lie. I think they could be tippy tapped down. This needs to be tippy tapped down. I'd fix that with, to get it to go out, I had to open this up. It was bent up, had to bend it down and go from there. All right, next is the back window, and that's the end of this video. So Okay. Intermission. So, I want some guy like me down the road he has to do this, knows what the hell to do. Now, I told you I drove this off, right? And so, yeah, really, Chuck, how'd you get it off? I was editing videos. So this was on, these clips, they were bent enough it could come out. So, come to Danny. I was thinking this was a little bit narrower back here. One of them is where, anyway, so I started pushing it back. So I took this tool, which is, for windshields, and I got on here. You can't see that, can you? I got on here, and I didn't have this hammer, okay? I had something else, a smaller hammer, and I started getting this thing to move. Well, of course, initially, she moved, and it'll flip up. The bottom lip flips out. Now, we got them stupid clips on there, but we don't care at this point. This is get her done time. So I whammed it down enough and I got it out. And then eventually I got this block of wood. You can see where it got in here, and I put it up here like so. And I just started hitting some of the bitch, okay? Sorry for that, but, and yeah, I had to hit it, okay? And down she came, it kept coming off of here, and finally it came off. And this trim, I ain't scared. Like I said, it looks like it's pretty good shape. As I said, it's gonna get epoxied back. And that's how I did that. Yep, I'm not, you're certainly gonna have to tape it down when it comes time, but yeah, that epoxy, whatever, the windowsill crap, it'll hold it. Stuff in the tube. So that's how I did it. Yep. So anyway, back to your regularly scheduled programming. All right, figured you might as well be here for the grand finale. I figured out the big trick in the end. You just take your knife up, a sharp blade, and watch it come through there. I was going down like this and then like that. Yeah. Oh God, that looked like a crack. Well, can I get it up from here now that I'm showing off? I hope so. There it is, boys. Not broken yet. This is, it's an AC card. Yeah, it's 10. Duh. All right, it's out. Let's clean this mess up. All right, let's have a look here. And this time I'm going to try to point at what we're talking about. I'm looking at my clips. I'm like, dumbass, you're not even pointing to where it needs to be. So the other side we knew was dripping. This side is a little fugly. Tell you what I'm going to do. This is just the first look. They put this stuff that goes under the package tray and covers there's my VIN, right? There's not one on the rad support, guys. I don't know what the deal is. A little suspect. They put that crap along here. See that? Interesting, right? Huh. I don't know. They were supposed to have dope. Yeah, there's dope. This is exactly where the service manual says. From here down to here, schmoo. Interesting spot they put it. And, let's go look at the other side. I'm not terrified. Schmoo in there. Yep. Factory service manual. They just show it along here. I think in the front too. But they got this crap in here. That's interesting. Huh. This windshield maybe had 3/16 inside of the rubber. It was insane. This one was a lot more supple, but I know it's original because, well, maybe for starters this, but inside you could see where there was stuff from the headliner, But all right, let me vacuum it, get the clips out, which will be interesting. Oh yeah, yay. And go from there. Okay, it's apart. Let me show you what I did. Most of the rears came off, okay? Amazingly enough, even the really rusted ones. But there were some that there was no screw head left. I used this guy. That was tremendous help. So I just had to take the screws down, the heads down, then grind them off. I re-drilled a hole next to it, and we're good. The fronts, there was 7 of them on the bottom I had to cut up that were the bottoms. Naturally, there's more on the bottom. There's one there I had to grind up. Yeah, that's a valuable tool right there. Over here, let me show you. Okay, let's go to the front first. The front's remarkably good, all things considered. I had to, like, here's where I ground. You can kind of see I had to put a new hole next to it. These guys, this is factory stuff, assembly line, right? Because back here, this corner, there's a clip here on the other side. This one was not there, so I went ahead and put them in. I think these actually, I got all but 3 on here. 2 over there and 1 on the top corner. Look at it. This is a side that I knew leaked, and it's not bad. I've been documenting, you know, where they schmoot it in, where the roof met it, you know, where the gutters get it, and all that fun stuff. So there's that. Another cheesecake shot of my pretty face here. Here, this is the corner, guys. These holes, I think these came out. I forget now. Not bad. Not freaking bad at all. I mean, you know, here's one I had to move. Just gonna leave them in there. Hopefully they won't do anything. And yeah, so whatever. Secrets. Do you know what this is? That's right, it's Bondo. Right here. Guys, this thing's had a quarter put on. I'll clue you in now. We're gonna do a big eval on this thing later on, but yeah, this quarter's been replaced. Because I was doing the rocker, and you know how I had to screw all them things in there? I really started looking. So I'll just fill you in a little bit. I've looked down in there. I'll show you when I do it again through the door, and it's a little crumpled in there. There's no, you know how they spray tar inside for sound deadening on the inside? There's none on this side. I think this was probably a factory quarter. And also there's weld here. That could have been from before. I don't know. That would explain why there's a square nut on there. Yeah. And honestly, I'll look at it another time, but there's 3 sheet metal screws in there still. I mean, big hex-headed jobbies. So, yeah. And then on top of that, back here, this. One more area of concerns right here. There's some bubbling. I don't know. I think you may have figured out where I'm going. This thing's coming all the way apart, and whether I sanded in my garage or maybe media blasted, I don't know. I have opened a huge can of worms. That's all right. I ain't scared. Might get burned out. That happens. But anyway, so far, you know, there's enough little projects to get away with stuff that I don't have to worry about. I had to go out here. My phone's barking at me. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for coming along. I hope this is not too long. We're going to see here in a minute, and catch you on the next one. And thanks again, Tony. See you guys.